Let's go. Come on. Once you get set, we're in.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it. I don't know why it always does that. It takes a little second to just pop up. There it is.
Let's go, Brady.
There it is. There it is. Yes. Okay. Now we know what problem. There we go.
All right, locked in?
Yep.
Let's go. Boom. All right, hello and welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. Today we are going to do a recap of day 11. It was quite a nice evening last night, at least I thought so.
Yeah.
If we cut off during this video, my apologies in advance. We will start a second show. So if we cut off during this video, we will try to resume it. If not, we will start.
You might want to zoom that in because they have to probably zoom it.
Good enough?
Oh my gosh. Oh, hello, good back. Go. What a weird name. Yeah, I was never sad about the Rafa loss, but okay. Hey, Barbara, how are you? How do you like Justin Stein? Hello, Mitrovic.
If we cut off during this video, we will start a second stream. Bear with us on that. Where we live, the internet is sketchy to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
Please like and subscribe.
Yeah, hit the likes. Hit the likes.
There will be a random type giveaway today that'll involve a little bit of research. So there will be a random giveaway today. Only qualification to get that would be to subscribe. It's free. Just hit the button.
Mm-hmm.
Just a heads up, we have doubled the cash for the French Open fantasy teams and tennis racket giveaway because no one won it because of all the kind of interesting losses, namely Barty. We doubled up the cash for the French Open to $200 as well as on the fantasy team. So make sure that you subscribe to get involved with that. $200 is a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all you need to do to qualify. All right. Let's get right into it.
Okay.
Let's go. There's a lot to talk about. Don't want to waste time. I always like to start out with shout outs. So I wanted to give a couple shout outs from those after the show yesterday that were really involved with today. Number one is an apology to Millennium 13 Constantine. Millennium 13 Constantine has been doing extremely well in the fantasy team competition. And I refer to Millennium 13 as a he, but Millennium 13 is actually a she. I knew that. She has done extremely well competing with a lot of these ballers that can straight up go to work on some of these competitions. And she has always competed at the very highest level. So my apologies there. She is doing very well. Number two, shout out Wild Live One. Wild Live One is instrumental in the show. We talk all the time. Carla all the time. And I made a bet with him last night. I have a lot of tattoos. I won't get into that, but Carla doesn't like that. I've wanted a tattoo of 3 L's, triple L, because that's what I call Carla. So I told Wild Live One last night, if Roger Federer wins Wimbledon, I'll drive to Pennsylvania and get that triple L tattoo that she doesn't want me to get. That's your nickname. You want to tell anybody what triple L stands for?
No.
All right.
Why not?
3 more shout outs. Number 3 shout out to Darren LeBeau. Darren LeBeau is another kind of YouTube guy.
Oh, his videos are outstanding.
Incredible.
Outstanding. You got to check this guy out. He's got talent.
Yeah, how Darren LeBeau does not have like 1 million subscribers, I'm shocked. Furthermore, how he doesn't have 1 million followers on Instagram, and his Instagram page is LeBeau, spelled L-E, that's Lima Echo, B-E-A-U, Bravo Echo Alpha Uniform 1. So Lima Echo Bravo Echo Alpha Uniform 1. LeBeau 1 on Instagram. Pardon the phonetic alphabet, but that's how I was raised. Anyway, check him out. This guy is an absolute great tennis player. He's got a fun mind. Has got some excellent trick shots. Check him out for sure. He's the type of player you want in your locker room, right?
Yeah.
If I'm traveling playing tennis tournaments, this is the type of guy I want in my locker room. Number 4, Sister to Queen. Sister to Queen is in SoCal. What's up? That's where I'm from, Southern California. And when she makes a comment, which is kind of rare,
she writes really well.
She brings the drama. Let's go.
You can tell she's very educated. Writes very well.
Come on, Sister to Queen. And my last shout out to start the show is to B-Dog02. What's up, B-Dog? My number one stunner right there. He shines every summer, no doubt. However, I wanted to ask B-Dog a question. B-Dog02. Is it just me? Or am I the only one with a wife that is hooked on Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Yeah.
Bro,
I love watching the show. Yeah.
Does anybody watch this show? Because I can't quite get Carla away from it. So I'm trying to figure out how to escape this. Carla's just like these girls, and somehow I have to not only
I'm like these girls?
Yeah.
Where do you see me go shopping and doing my nails?
Besides the material stuff, you're very much like them.
Outspoken?
Straight up, no nonsense, all this stuff. So I got to deal with it all day, and then I got to watch it. Anyway.
Coach Rich said, I feel like Carla's a dominating wife. When it's not the case.
Really not the case.
It's not the case at all.
All right.
Let's prefer, what is it called? Housewives of, I can't pronounce that. Potomac. So you watch Housewives, Michael Walker. You know about Housewives.
Look, how can I get her off the Atlanta deal? Because that's it's really tough to deal with because I have to watch it and deal with the same thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, topic number.
I like Housewives of New Jersey too.
All day, she's from up there. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, topic number 1. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Does Tennis Australia? Okay, we all know who TA is. Tennis Australia, the governing body of Australian tennis, right? Does Tennis Australia need a lesson in history and or patriotism? Now I know some people don't jump on board with patriotism, meaning you respect where you come from. Not everybody shares that feeling, but I can assure you that I do. Why am I saying this, Carla?
Well, I'm sure you're going to talk about the wheelchair champion, right? Alcott?
I have to.
Yeah.
I have to because everything in terms of the semifinals, singles, and men's and women's is kind of secondary, I think, for this. I think this is more important. Dylan Alcott, if you all don't know, won his 7th Australian Open title in a row just yesterday, right?
Yes. Shame.
Or the day before, I think. Day before yesterday. Dylan Alcott was told prior to this going for obviously a record 7th continuous Australian Open, he was told he was going to play on Laver Arena with television coverage prior to the Nadal and who did Nadal play? I forgot already.
Tsitsipas.
I think Osaka said it best the other night. No one remembers who finished in 2nd place.
No one remembers the runner-up.
Yeah. No one remembers the number-up. I couldn't even remember Tsitsipas just beat Nadal. Go figure.
Yeah.
But the match lasted a long time, and Tennis Australia decided to push their own brethren, their own hearth, their own bread and butter to a separate court with no television coverage, and decided to put decided to continue the Nadal Tsitsipas match, whatever. Now I get it. You can't foresee a match going 5 sets. You can't foresee it. But what you could have foreseen is this is your own children of your own country. How could you have not pushed that to the next day? A. B, knowing the fans would have been the next day. And C, the heart and desire and absolute legendary status that this gentleman has, A, as a tennis player, B, as a basketball player, if you didn't know that, and C, as a motivational speaker. I think Dylan Alcott deserved front court and center for this record-breaking mark. Now, why do I even talk about wheelchair tennis? Number 1, it's the game. Number 2, it's extremely difficult. And number 3, the stories that these people have are second to none. I've had an opportunity to watch many wheelchair quad and non-quad major events. I've been at multiple majors and watched these men and women play, and they deserve it, right? So my question is to this, okay? My question is to this. Do Australians just have a habit of selling out other Australians? Has this happened before? Didn't Sam Stozier and her doubles partner, excuse me for forgetting, make it to the doubles final last year and they pushed them off to
2019 doubles, Jane? They were doing the double presentation, and instead of showing their trophy presentation, they cut that out completely, and fans were upset about that. And that's 2, right?
Twice. Yeah. But yet Nick Kyrgios and his clown antics get the prime stage no matter what. Yeah. So you got a 7-time champion now and a wheelchair, and if it was Kyrgios playing, you would have made it happen. But yet you push a Dylan Alcott who was very excited about having this match televised. You push him to a second court after you told him you would do so. I give TA, not Australians, but Tennis of Australia, 2 thumbs down.
Yeah, agreed.
Ridiculous, preposterous, and I'm not the only one that said that. I think there's been millions of people that said the same thing. Just do the research. I don't get it. Could it have been moved to the next day? Absolutely.
It definitely could have. Yes, I agree. Shame. It's a shame.
Now, look at the match last night between Serena Williams and Osaka, and we're fixing to go there. Mm-hmm. Serena Williams and Osaka should have been the primetime match in Australia, right?
Yeah.
And the primetime match in Australia is near like 2:33 in the morning our time.
Yeah.
But it was at 9 o'clock our time. So that tells you that
for us.
that tells you that the U.S. has enough sway to tell Australia to wake the hell up and put our match so people here can see it, number one. Mm-hmm. But at some point in time, where does the state or country of our continent of Australia come in and say, hey, we need to look out for our own people here, you know? Mm-hmm. Anyway, what are your thoughts on that? And maybe it's just me, and maybe patriotism is a lost cause, but I was raised.
I don't know. Some of you Serbian fans supposedly are very patriotic. So, I mean, I don't see anybody making a comment.
That's okay.
You know, I mean, you guys are like die hard. I get these messages. I mean, I got this guy from Australia yesterday, a viewer talking about how Djokovic should realize that Australia has the lowest numbers of coronavirus, yet it's a problem for him. And then I saw someone attacking him about Serbia this, Serbia that, Serbia this. So you guys obviously are very patriotic. So yeah. Where are the comments?
I was just raised to never forget where you come from. I tell my own kids that. Never forget that you've struggled. Never forget that you've never had anything handed to you. Never forget you got to fight. Never forget you got to battle. What sometimes I feel like between Stan Stozier getting pushed off, Dylan Alcott getting pushed off, I sometimes I feel like the Australians forget about their own Australians, and that's just not the way I was raised. I don't know about all of you, and I know the Serbian viewers would agree with me because they're very patriotic. Shocking they're not already saying something.
Nope.
Maybe they left.
Maybe it's just about Djokovic, and that's it. Yeah. Really, the reality is maybe it's just about Djokovic.
Anyway, what I wanted to do is I sent Carla a couple pictures of this situation just so you wouldn't think I made this up. One is going to be a heading of this disbelief of this type of thing. A couple more pictures are going to be from comments that other people in Australia have made about this type of thing. And then lastly, for this tournament, we have come up with multiple, too, I think, errors that Yahoo Sports has written in their tennis writing. Mm-hmm. The last one we mentioned was so far off. They were mentioning that, someone had to play someone in the semifinals that was on the completely opposite side of the draw. Anyway, long story short is, can you go ahead and show them, number one, the title?
This one?
Show them the title of this one first, okay? What does that say? So again, I'm just trying to help the Australians because no one else does there. Seems that way.
Pathetic decision. Tennis fans erupt over Dylan Alcott's disgrace.
Okay, now go to the 3 different.
This one?
There's 3 in a row. I don't show them the 3 messages. There's 3 messages in a row. Preparation is everything.
That's 3 messages right there.
There's 3 in a row I sent you on one page.
Justin, here we go. That.
Anyway, that segment went to hell in a handbasket.
Well, this is it. Alcott secure his 8th Australian Open. That's the one. You just not right. It says Alcott secure his 8th Australian Open crown with the 6-1, 6-0 victory. When in reality, he doesn't have 8.
That was the error.
That's the error, yes.
So that was the error. So that's the error from Yahoo Sports. Again, they said the other day that Rublev was about to play Djokovic or something, and that Zverev was going to potentially play Medvedev, whatever it was. And here you are saying that Dylan Alcott has 8 majors, but he only has 7.
And then the other one is on Yahoo Sport also, the other article.
Yeah.
This one is talking about how it's a strange call from organizers to send Alcott out at 11:15 p.m. while tennis writer Ben Rothenberg added bummer to move the quad final to MCA. Would have preferred it got delayed another day, especially with fans arriving tomorrow.
Yeah. There is thousands of these type of messages. I don't know who's paying off Tennis Australia. But I told someone the other day that how can you forget about your own people that are in your own country? I mean, go Brady. I got my USA stuff on today. I'm not a big Brady fan, but I'm definitely going to remember where I come from, right? So with that said, go Brady. I think Osaka will win. But Tennis Australia needs some big help and the people there about supporting where they come from, because it's been a pretty sad sight. And again, I'll get out of the negative, but it's unacceptable in my opinion.
Yes.
Okay, my whole family, you may not dig this, is military. My oldest son's at the Air Force Academy. We don't forget where we come from, and we'll fight for that. Australians seem to not. All right, let's go ahead.
So William Spencer says, Sally, money sways the bigger names, the more viewers, money they bring in. Australian Open sold their players short for dollars. Not the first time, won't be the last.
And not only Australian Open, there's multiple people from Australia that cover tennis on YouTube. They don't even cover their own players. Yeah. It's odd to me. It's very odd to me. You know, if I was going to war, I don't know if I want Australia on my squad, because what are they gonna do? Go hide in the freaking basement? I don't know.
And then William Spencer says, shoveling it off to a court with no fans and no coverage, pretty disgraceful.
Especially when the person is quad handicapped. Bad look. Yeah. Bad look for Australia. And not Australia as a whole. Bad look for tennis Australia.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let's jump right into the Serena Williams Osaka match. Carla, start it up.
So somebody said, Nemanja says, have you read about Novak's documentary about 2021 Australian Open? No, I haven't actually.
I would love to see that.
Can you send me a link or something?
I would love to see that. I think that would be very, very, very good, right?
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe that they pushed the brother out going for his seventh consecutive Australian Open.
This guy said people only care about singles, unfortunately.
Well, some people have to start caring about people that can't walk, that are out there giving everything. And not only that, Dylan Alcott is a global inspirational speaker. You would think you would want to share positivity in the world, right? And he's very good at doing that. But instead, you know, hey, we'll just push him to a side court because nobody cares about the guy. Whatever, really bad look. All right, Serena-Osaka match.
Serena-Osaka match. Both came out, you know, Serena, the 23 Grand Slam champion, and Osaka, the 3 Grand Slam champion. I think both have become very good friends, or at least respect each other. My first question was, why are they coming out in tights? It's 90 degrees. It's hot. I can't even put pants on when it's 60 degrees.
Yeah.
And they were wearing tights, and they were sweating profusely.
Yeah.
Good match for Osaka. I think Serena started. We saw first Osaka serve. She broke her serve. We were like, ooh, okay. Well, Osaka hasn't settled in yet. Serena serves. Boom, boom, boom. Came out serving like she usually does. Third game, she had a chance to break again. Did not break. She holds serve at 2-2, and then something happened. Osaka warmed up. Osaka came to play out like she normally does.
Serena Williams to start should have been up 3-0, by the way. She had multiple opportunities to be up 3-0. By the way, the Osaka-Serena match was overshadowed by the and look, I can't in good faith keep bringing up kind of down things because we do this to be positive, but the Chris Evert commentary overshadowed the Serena Osaka match. Okay. I don't want to knock on anybody. That's not, but look, how many years, Carla, have we discussed, and I don't even know how you can say this positively, but how many years have we discussed Chris Evert and her commentary and how biased and trashy it is and how snooty it comes across? How many years on this show have we done it? 3?
Yeah.
3 years? At what point does the Tennis Channel or ESPN let Chris Evert go? And it's, look, she's got a quasi-$1 billion. So she's got a home in Aspen. She's got homes in Florida. She's got we don't want unemployment for anybody. But at what point does Tennis Channel and ESPN let Chris Evert go?
William Johnson's like, what did Chris Evert say? I think there's an article that you sent me.
Yeah, okay. We'll go ahead and go there. But first of all, Chris Evert for the longest time has come across to a lot of people that have been around her, myself and Carla and tons of other people, Michael Walker. It's not that she's a bad person. She just comes across like this. stuck up and kind of snooty. And if you're not on her Aspen or Lauderdale or Florida Mansion level,
it's Boca Raton, which is
Boca
very
Raton.
expensive to live in. Her academy's there.
Yeah, I can't even drive into Boca Raton with my car because I'll get bad looks.
You'll get stopped by the cops.
Like, what you doing here,
on
bro?
A1A, you'll get stopped. I know, I lived around there. Not because I was rich.
Yeah, you got a 1989 Chevy truck and you go come in here, you need to turn around. That type deal.
They'll stop you.
I'm not kidding.
They'll stop you if you're a different race too.
But
trust me.
But Chris Everett's commentary, it's not just the commentary. She is self-indulgent, right? Mm-hmm. Anyway, long story short, is to begin the match, Chris Evert starts out, kind of snidely saying that Serena is the better mover. And we're all like, what are you talking about? She's playing a 22-year-old, 23-year-old Osaka. Mm-hmm. At the same time, last night, some of the snidish type comments, and you can share these articles, Serena Williams had broken her record of making major quarterfinals. Mm-hmm. So there was a lot of disgruntlement, especially the Australian fans, about her commentary during this match. Mm-hmm. Forget about what I say because they'll think it's just from me. Can you show them some of the article headings from that Chris Evert type commentary?
Says the Australian Open viewers rip Chris Evert for the call of Serena Williams match. Well, at first she was for Serena, don't you think?
But yeah.
At first she was like, oh, Serena, she prepared for this. She moved so well. She got in shape. Oh,
she's better off the mark.
Osaka's looking like she's really nervous. Then she said, if Serena plays well, I think you wrote it.
Yeah, check this absolutely magical comment out by Chris Evert. And look, if you're out there, and I know my dad's watching, my dad's going to kill me for talking down about somebody. But look, someone has to do it because this Chris Evert is just ruining, in my opinion, a lot of the women's matches with the commentary. It's so biased. It's so shot from the hip. Here's one of her great comments from last night. Quote, "If Serena Williams doesn't play well tonight, she won't win." Duh. Carla, if you don't play well tomorrow when we play, you won't win.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I don't think that's rocket science. Anyway, but Chris Evert was saying at the beginning of the match, Serena's quicker off the mark and she's a better mover, and we're like, geez, okay. But then when Serena starts getting beat, she's like, well, Serena's not the quickest mover off the mark, and It's like she
went back and forth. Yeah.
It's like she follows the way the match is going and then talks it up, and then when it changes, she pretends like she never said that in the first place. Meanwhile, while looking at herself in her selfie picture with all of her makeup and her nose stuck up in the air. Sorry, we'll get into the positive.
Then she says when Osaka's done, she's so adorable.
I love her.
I love her.
Meanwhile, before the match, you were saying Serena, and Osaka, but then after the match, you really kooky type commentary. Stand behind what you say, or just shut up. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Serena came out to the match. Mm-hmm. The mental picture that I took from it was she's all business. She looks ready to go.
Yeah.
And I thought Osaka looked like a little casual.
She looked a little casual, she did with Sue in the beginning.
A little casual.
Same thing, yeah.
What happened in the Sue match? A little hiccup at the beginning. What happened in the Serena match? A little hiccup at the beginning. But what ended up happening?
She played like she normally plays. She played like the player that we all know she is.
She heated up, lights out after that, right?
Yeah, I think she put a lot of pressure on Serena. She was hitting her balls, hitting them deep, making Serena move a bit. Yeah. Her serve was on point. She said in her interview, I had to go a lot for my serve. And I wrote it down, but I don't have to read my comments. I remember.
Yeah, we watched every second of all these matches.
She said, I had my serve percentage was low because I've seen what Serena does to other opponents on their second serve. So I had to go for a lot. And she served down the tee. I think B-Dog is a football coach, a high school football coach. And he kept saying before the match, Osaka, serve to the tee. Serve to the tee, then move Serena. Serve to the tee. And that's exactly what she was doing.
Sorry to interject. At 2-2 in the first set, 25 minutes into the match at 2-2, and both players were serving less than 40% for serve percentage. So there was some points or some serves that missed not only the service line, but the baseline. It was so erratic, right? Mm-hmm. Osaka was able to warm up and clean that up. There was a time where Serena put on her visor, right? Mm-hmm. Serena put on a visor. I told Carla, I was talking to Wildlife 1 at that point in time. Serena put on the visor. Maybe she's feeling the sun. Maybe she's overheated. Maybe she needs a little shade in the face. But I wrote here, Serena put on her visor. Uh-oh, that's kind of rare when that happens. It's over. What happened after that, Carla?
Mm-hmm.
It was over.
It was over. She tried to pump herself up. Good comment. Brandon, you said Serena had some positive body language despite the errors. Love seeing Serena talking to herself, saying it's okay. She did. She tried to pump herself up. It just was so hard for her to get into it because it was going quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, Osaka plays at a fast pace. Reminds me of Capriati. Capriati was so fast. She didn't give her that time, and she had a chance in the second set when she broke her, but then got broken back. Couldn't put a first serve in. It was tough to see. It just, for me, Serena, I wrote down she had a chance at 3-0, and then Osaka got warmed up. I watched her interview. She said a lot of people on social media were trashing her because she didn't give credit to Osaka, for the way she played. But I felt like they never asked her about Osaka. The questions were more about, how does she play? Are you, is this your farewell? Are you coming back?
Yeah. Do you have a picture of her wave at the end?
Yeah, I do.
And what are your thoughts on this? This was something Chris Everett was also just being stupid about. Serena waves off the court, and all of a sudden, that's her last goodbye, or her. It's like, what are we even talking about here? I didn't see a goodbye at all. I just saw see you later. Thanks for coming.
Well, this is her, putting her hand, on her chest, and then they obviously have a lot of respect for each other. And here's a little video that I put, and you guys decide, what do you think? There we go. It's kind of hard to see, but she's waving. She kind of pauses and waves. Kind of hard to see.
Is that Serena saying goodbye?
I mean, she says that she will be the one deciding. She wouldn't tell anybody if she was retiring. I wrote here, they asked her if she was nervous. She said, no, I made a lot of big errors today. They asked about her tennis in the next 6 months. She said, I've been playing through the pandemic, so, that's not a question. Then asked her about her hand over her heart. She said, I was just letting the Australian crowd know that they're awesome. She also said, I wouldn't tell anyone if I was saying my farewell. She was clearly sad. They kept asking her more questions. And she just finally said, I'm done. She was emotional.
She was emotional.
This is tough for her. I hate the fact that that Serena has to tie Margaret Court. I just think it's dumb. It's a dumb record.
Look, as far as her post-match press conference, I'm going to give a shout out to Marshawn Lynch here. Big NFL guy from California, born in San Fran. Oakland's just across the way. I'm here because I just don't want to get fined.
She should have done that.
I'm here because I just don't want to get fined. Look, these are pro athletes. They just got beaten. We take that personally, okay? I can be playing Carla match with no one around. If I get beaten, I don't want to talk to her or anybody for that matter for a while. I would have preferred the Marshawn answer because her I'm done made her look, I guess, a little bit suspect in a way of bad sportsmanship. However, can't blame her. There was a time early in the second set, by the way, where she was screaming to herself, make that shot.
And I was loving that. I love that she screamed at herself and she was saying, make that shot. She was trying to pump herself up. She's 39 years old. I wrote a few things about her, and I'm going to give credit here to Djokovic, by the way. He got brownie points with me for this. She won her first Grand Slam. She has 23 slams. A lot of you guys messaged me, oh, she's the next Serena, the next queen. Very hard to be Serena.
You got to put your numbers in check there.
Put the numbers in check. At 17 years old, she wins the 1999 U.S. Open. 2002, French Open, Wimbledon, and U.S. Open. That's 4 slams, and she's just 20 years old. 2003, Australian Open and Wimbledon. That's 5. At 23, Osaka's age, she wins the 25 Australian Open. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at Osaka's age when Osaka's 23 right now.
She has 3. She's good. She's about to have 4, though. Osaka's about to have 4.
Here's the other thing that I said to many of you guys. Osaka is great on hard court. We know that she's great at the Australian, and she's great at the U.S. Open. But she has to learn how to play on the other surfaces, where Serena won many, Wimbledon and a few French Opens. Otherwise, she'll never reach that number. And to me, in my opinion, she'll be lucky to even reach Venus.
Yeah, look, I know, I think that we all want to think that when Serena goes away, we'll have another one right then and there. It's I think I'll go to the grave with Serena still holding that 24 or 23 rather. I don't pay much attention to the Margaret Court one. Respectively, we've talked about this before, but during that era, not a lot of players played there. Players that won that in Australia during those years, a lot of them, if they would have went to the other majors, they wouldn't have made it past the first round. Anyway, or would have had to qualify.
Yeah, and let me say something what Novak Djokovic said. I mean, for you Serbian fans out there, he says Serena is an amazing champion. He said there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of weight and pressure the longer you play. It gets emotional. He said she is the greatest athlete, so he understands why she was pissed off. He can definitely put herself in her shoes. Well said. I mean, when you're that emotional, you have people pressuring, you feel that pressure that you've got to pass. I mean, you don't want to talk to anybody. It's the last thing you want to do.
I'm here because I just don't want to get fined. I'm here because I just don't want to get fined. If you know what I'm talking about, look that up. You'll see Marshawn. She should have pulled that. Instead, the media had fun with it in a bad way. But she was pissed. She was down. She was depressed. Reality is striking the fact that Serena's not going to win another major. I've said this for so long.
Well, I know everybody uses the word changing of the guard. She didn't have to come back. She could have retired when she won her last slam at the Australian Open in 2017. She didn't have to come back. She did, though, because many come back, and she thought she had a good chance. She had many chances. For a 39-year-old woman, like most of you guys say, she's overweight, she's older. For her to reach that many finals, what does that say about the rest of the young ones that are in shape? What does that say about your tennis?
It's a great question.
What does that say about your tennis? If this woman could do it at 39, overweight, not moving as fast, older, I mean, come on. What does that say about the tour?
Exactly.
Come on. She made 1, 2, 3, 4 finals. She's had 4 shots, 5.
Yep.
She could still keep going.
Bada bang, bada boom. Moving forward, until we change matches, I want to get into the Djokovic match.
Do you want me to, there's a lot of comments.
Read comments, absolutely. Take some comments. Be right there.
Let's see. Let me go back to, okay, here we go. Osaka, okay, Ellis Fire says Osaka's younger and way lighter equals less weight to change direction. Good point. Let's see. Let's go down. Jose P, I agree with you. If she had Marshawn's answer, people would rip her apart. People are always looking for reasons to hate her. Brandon says Osaka will not be the next Serena unless she learns how to win on clay and grass and can get some double slams like the sisters. I agree with you. I think it'll be impossible for anyone to reach Serena's Grand Slam count. Let's see. Yinghao says Naomi is the next Serena in terms of standard tennis, not achievements. Good point. Wyndham Chia says if we talk numbers, let's be reminded Steffi is just about as great too. And that's my point, Wyndham. No one put that pressure on Steffi Graf that she had to reach Margaret Court. No one would bring up Margaret Court's record when Steffi Graf was playing.
Because we all know Steffi Graf is better.
No one. But now we bring it up. I mean, who's this lady? Really?
Look, this is one of the 3 things we never like to talk about is race, religion, and politics. There's no winning a battle. So again, in my family, I know in Carlos, it's best we just keep our mouth shut. Like Will Rogers said, never pass up an opportunity to keep your mouth shut. But why? This is a great point by Wyndham Chia and what you just said. Why is it that Steffi Graf never had to get in this record-breaking thing? It was just understood Steffi Graf is better. Why does Serena Williams have to get involved in this ever so media driven thing to break 24? Everybody knows that it's not comparable. What happens if Margaret Court plays Serena Williams in their prime? 0-0, not even close.
Let's keep. Daniel Medvedev said Osaka's a great player, but it's silly to compare her with Serena.
It's silly.
It is silly.
Great comment.
Jean says Osaka's terrible on clay. She'll learn how to play.
Yeah.
I mean, Serena learned how to play on clay as well. It's not like that's her best slam. She learned.
Well, I think Jean's comment it deserves discussion.
That's what I yeah.
Because Carla said it best just then, and Jean followed it up. You can't expect to be the next Serena. Now, isn't this the same type of thing that flawed Dimitrov? Everybody, you're the next Federer, and then he always tried to be that, and it never happened, not even close. But anyway, Osaka must learn how to at least attain one French Open. How many did Serena win? 2 or 3? 2 or 3 French Opens?
2.
I think 2, 3.
3.
Anyway,
3.
if you want to be in the same conversation of the greatest of all time, then you really are going to have to start doing something on other surfaces. Grass, clay.
Yeah.
You can't just look at Andreescu. Andreescu lost a match yesterday to who? Buskova or somebody?
Buskova, yeah.
And 3 sets.
And she was up.
Yeah, and Andreescu's done the same thing. You know, she's won Indian Wells. She's done well in the hard court. But, you know, when it comes to the grass and to the clay, you know, they disappear. You can't be in the conversation of overtaking the greatest of all time if you only play very select tournaments.
Djokernole says she didn't get a chance to credit her, but her congrats to Naomi at the end was brilliant. I'm sure she probably told her win, you know? LS Fire says better to be good at hardcore than only great at clay. Yeah.
Agreed. Now that's a shot. That's a shot.
But he did win U.S. Opens, did he not, in Wimbledon?
Who said that?
LS Fire. Did he not win other slams?
Hey, that was a very nice Nadal shot.
Always the
Let's go. Let's go. I love that comment.
Olabimpa said we don't need the next Serena Venus. We just need the next Osaka. Great point. Wayne Chia says Steffi stopped at 30 years old. I believe she could have kept going.
Yeah.
Michael Walker says Serena hasn't won a major in 4 years. If Osaka wins finals, that 4 straight years of winning majors, changing the guard. I don't know about that.
So Mike Walker, if Steffi Graf wouldn't have retired at 30, do you think she would have surpassed the 24? What did she finish with? 21, 20? How many?
21.
21. She finished with a lot.
She finished. She could have made it tougher for Serena.
Who started making it tough on Steffi Graf? Monica Seles.
Yeah, and then that horrible incident that happened to her. I believe that, to me, that took out Monica Seles. Could have had some of those slams that Graf had.
Now, you remember during the Graf run that one of her big competitors in terms of matches and what we, you know, nowadays we run to the television when Serena and Osaka play. Mm-hmm. When I was a boy, well, not really a boy, 11, 12, 13, we would all run to the television when Graf and Navratilova played, or when Graf and Sabatini played. Mm-hmm. We named our second to youngest of 5 children Gabriella after Gabriella Sabatini. Mm-hmm. Did Sabatini start to beat Graf, or she beat her at one major, right?
U.S. Open.
U.S. Open, right?
Only U.S. Open. She could never beat her. It was tough for her to beat her.
So how long after that loss to Sabatini in the U.S. Open final, how long after that did Serena or did Steffi Graf retire? Was that like a moment in time where
Venus and Serena were playing tennis already?
No, I forget about that. But how long after Sabatini beat Graf at the U.S. Open final, how long after that did Graf retire? I forgot.
10 more years. It was 1990 with Sabatini.
She played 10 more after that?
Yeah, she retired close to 1999 or 2000.
Yeah.
I mean, she, I'm sure Sabatini won in 1989 or 1990 U.S. Open.
Yeah.
She still kept winning more. Don't forget that Monica Seles was very, very young.
Yeah, but she was very, very good then.
And she had her number. She really did. Was one of the few players that could figure out, because all the finals I watched, Steffi Graf, it was like 6-0, 6-2, 6-1, 6-2. It was like dominant.
No.
Until Seles got in the picture.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Seles hitting with both hands off both
9 more years. See, I was close.
Both. Was that Michael Walker that said that?
Mm-hmm.
You cannot mess with Mike when it comes to, I guess most of the young people call it vintage tennis, but it's very much modern for me. And I know Carla and I know Mike. I knew he would know that. A couple of the downfalls, though, Serena Williams should have adjusted to during her match, by the way. Mm-hmm. Serena was hitting the ball very hard up the middle. That's great. A strategy in tennis, you know, we can choose to pass, we can drop shot, we can do whatever we want, or we can hit the ball really hard and just hit it up the middle. Why do we hit it up the middle? If we're hitting really hard, net's a little bit lower. You don't have to worry about, you know, passing shots and angles, just hit it straight up the middle. If you're hitting really hard and you can hit them in the court when you're hitting up the middle, it's a great strategy because the person hitting that ball back to you can't deal with it very well. They can't handle it very well. I'll bring up Carla and I. If she's playing very well and I can't seem to catch a break, I'll just start trying to hit the ball really hard up the middle. Serena was doing this. Serena was hitting the ball very hard up the middle, but at the same time, Osaka adapted the same strategy and was hitting the ball right back to her up the middle.
Didn't give her enough time to set up for the shot.
Osaka was better off taking the ball hard up the middle and giving it right back to Serena hard up the middle, and Serena just could not get her feet set to handle that. Number 2, Serena was returning Osaka's serve, the second serve, well up into the baseline. Osaka continued to do, or Serena continued to do this. I get the strategy. Serena and Osaka, they play to take a really good cut at the second serve, right? But Serena was missing that
she was
missing the real big cut on the second serve. So I don't understand why she didn't try to block it back into play the return drop.
Give herself more of a chance.
Give her some variety on the return. Yeah.
Team Gross, thanks for your comment for defending Rafa. He said Rafa has 7 slams on non-clay courts. That's similar amounts of other greats who have 1 in total.
Okay, I read a stat not too long ago.
7 Grand Slams. That's what, isn't that what Venus won? He's won 7 that are not clay.
Venus may have 8. She won 5 Wimbledons. Anyway, I read a stat not terribly long ago. If you had Novak Djokovic with his 17 majors and took away his 8 Australians, that would leave you with 9, right? 17 minus 8 is 9. Okay. Rafael Nadal has 20 majors. If you take away his 13 French Opens, he has 7. Okay. So we have 9 and 7.
Such a stupid thing.
Now, if you go to Roger Federer and get his 20 majors and take away his 8 Wimbledons, you're left with 12.
So stupid.
So if you take away everybody's dominant surface and are left with the best of the 3, that leaves you with Federer.
It's so stupid to do that.
Just saying.
Come on, man. All those of you that are out there that actually play tennis, we wish we had 1.
Where are you at, LeBeau? Where are you at, Darren LeBeau?
Like 1.
Let's go, Darren LeBeau.
And we're complaining about somebody having all theirs at this surface or that surface. We wish we had 1. Heck, 1 ATP 1000 Masters. Heck, an ATP Finals. 1 of those.
Man, I would just like an ITF Challenger trophy.
Yeah.
To go back in time and do it. I'm sure you wish that. You play challengers, you know?
I mean, come on, guys.
Anyway, moving forward, poll question. Is Serena Williams' wave at the end of the match a farewell wave? Does she play the Australian Open again?
I don't know. I think if that's up to her, we don't know. We don't know what she's thinking. I think if she wins one, then she won't come back. Who knows? You know, it depends how her body feels. Does she want to keep doing this? Does she want to keep traveling? It's up to her. Either way, I don't think it matters. Does it really matter? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She's got a family. She's got the money. She's got the fame. I mean, we'll be talking about her for years. Our kids will be talking about for years. She'll be in the history books. Oh, she's made history. Her and her sister.
Yeah.
There's no need for it.
You know,
if you go here, if we walk around the streets, let's ask who Serena Williams is. Non-tennis players. I guarantee you they'll tell us who she is. Ask who Margaret Court is.
Like who?
Who what?
Anyway, you know, stuff is forgotten in time, but for some reason, it hasn't come up with any other pro athlete since it never came up with Navratilova. It never came up with Steffi Graf. But it has come up with Serena Williams. Call it what it is. Media, mixed bag, race, politics, whatever. I don't know. I'm not going to talk about that, but your thoughts on that for sure. And we're going to move forward.
Yes.
Okay. Ready to move? Let me make sure the phone's still streaming. All right. Moving forward. This is going to be quick because I know none of you probably care. Carl and I are big doubles players. We play mixed doubles, obviously. Not hard to figure that out.
I'm not a big doubles player.
We're not a big doubles player, but as we've gotten older into our 40s, we have found it easier to play.
I don't enjoy it still.
We have found it easier to play everyday doubles. You know, sometimes singles we play 3-4 sets. It's hard to come out and play at a high level the next day as we're in our 40s.
Yeah.
Okay. We were younger 20 years ago. We could play 5 sets every day.
Yeah.
I can play doubles every day. We can play doubles every day, but it's hard for her and I to go out for a battle or do one of our Y-Tech Strings videos or something and then to do it the next day in our 40s. Okay. But Carl and I watched mixed doubles yesterday. Carl and I were watching the 36-year-old Sam Stozier, Australia. What's up? The same person that Australia threw out into another court last year, the year before, when she was playing a final. Do you remember that? Sam Stozier was playing a doubles final and was supposed to get television coverage, but they bumped her off the court and threw someone else on the court that wasn't Australian. Anyway, we were watching Sam Stozier, 36 years old, playing mixed doubles with another Australian tennis player, if you remember, Matthew Ebden. That's 33 years old. Ebden was always a great player, still is, has a very good doubles game. They were playing Haley Carter from the U.S. and Sanders Gilles from Belgium. Really fun match, by the way. But what I'm asking everybody, and why I even brought this up, is 2 reasons. Number 1, where's Dylan Alcott? You know, this was just a run-of-the-mill quarterfinal match. A run-of-the-mill quarterfinal match.
Oh my God, he's still going with it.
Anyway, run-of-the-mill quarterfinal match televised. Dylan Alcott going for 7 straight, none.
Stozier wins the award for the biggest biceps in the men's, women's, or anybody's biceps that I've seen.
Yes.
Not only are they big, they are solid.
Yes.
I've seen big guys with big biceps, but she's solid all the way around.
Okay, at this point in time, we were watching this. If you can find a picture of her biceps, just in case anybody hasn't seen them, let's do it. But at this point in time, when she's in and out of going to bed and not, I'll write down stuff when she doesn't know it.
Actually, you were the one that was.
Well, you were talking out of the side of your butt, and I wrote down.
You're talking about the day before that, right? Not.
Oh, I'm talking about last night.
Nah, not last night.
Last night.
Nah.
I didn't just dream this.
Toledo.
You got some guns? Let me see.
Look at this woman. I mean, look at those arms.
Ooh.
I mean,
Ooh.
B-Dog, I think she puts you to shame.
Let's go. Swole is the goal. What? Swole is the goal.
B-Dog, she put you to shame there. You got big
Let's
guns.
go. I bet you she doesn't watch Real Housewives in Atlanta with her dude trying to watch sports.
Her dude?
Oh, I forgot about that. Sorry about that. Okay, anyway, Carla indicated this at this point in time. She didn't just, say it casually. She was like, damn. She's got the best biceps in men's and women's tennis combined.
When she says she'll wear the wife beater better than Zverev.
Let's go.
She makes Rafa look small.
Yeah.
She makes everyone look small.
So maybe we can get Zverev and Stozier to team up on the same team, and then we can.
The woman and the guy. Yeah.
No, imagine this. We'll get Muhova to team up with Djokovic, and we'll get Zverev to team up with Stozier. So we got the biceps against the medical timeouts. Who do you think wins? The biceps and the wife beaters or the medical timeout?
Samantha Stozier. She won the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then also, didn't Samantha Stozier make a French Open final and lose to Francesca Schiavone?
She should have won that because she beat Serena there too.
You remember how bad Schiavone's squeal was? Schiavone was arguably one of the top 3 nasty squealers of all time. Sharapova 1, Azarenka 2, Schiavone 3. Let's go.
Why aren't their male players jacked up? Is it bad for form? I mean, look, she may be jacked up, but it's bad for tennis. You have to have some flexibility. You can't be that muscular because then the shots are.
She won a major.
Someone needs to teach her how to hit a backhand, though.
Good point.
Yeah.
This is a good point. Who said that? Can't find it? Going too fast?
Yeah.
Sometimes the messages go really fast. I didn't slow it down this time. We usually keep them at regular speed, and sometimes Carla's like, man, I read a great comment, but we couldn't stop because it went by too fast. Like I was watching Cam's show last night, and I donated something to him because he deserves it, and and it just scrolls by too fast. He worked really hard.
William Spencer, all those muscles and can't hit a backhand winner to save her life.
Yeah, look, that is a really good comment for one major reason is most people wouldn't pick up on that. Stozier's had that issue for a very long time. So very good research and being a student of the game. Anyway, don't forget one kind of riddle in doubles. There's an old saying in doubles: down the middle solves the riddle. Yeah. In doubles, we like to play down the middle, right? Because there's 2 players here. If we can split them, it leads to confusion. Blah 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 blah. That's why it's very hard for a singles player to adapt consistently to doubles because they're looking for passing lanes. And the doubles game, down the middle is a lot better play. Anyway, last thing on this subject. At this point in time, we were talking smack about Stozier and mixed doubles. Carla was giving me hell about my boxer shorts again. So I'm going to bring this up out there. Any guys out there that have this fundamental issue with their boxer shorts having a pocket down the middle in the back?
They look like poofy diapers.
Well, what about your granny panties, Carla?
Granny panties. I barely have any. And by the way, granny panties on a girl that has butt looks way better than boxers than a dude that has no butt. Just saying.
Look, all I'm saying...
Or if the boxers are just ugly. Don't wear the boxers. Wear like boxer briefs.
That's got too much pressure with the briefs, Carla. I can't breathe in there.
I can't believe we're even talking about this. I can't believe we're talking about this.
Stop knocking the boxers, man.
Boxers are ugly. Get rid of them. Throw them. Non-attractive.
All right. But before we get into the Novak Djokovic match...
Please stop talking about underwear.
Before we get into the Novak Djokovic and Karatsev match,
that went poof.
Yeah, Carla came across an article And we missed this article, and I thought it would be best if I could read it to you.
Okay.
And this article was from a periodical called The Sports Rag. Understand, I did not write this.
It's a joke. It's a joke, by the way. It's not. Don't take it serious, guys.
Understand, I didn't write this article. I thought it was interestingly done. It's just for fun, though, but I thought it was for fun. Remember that I'm a Djokovic fan, and I'm very glad that he is going to get closer to that number 20. Okay, so I'm going to read you this article, and I'm going to show you the title. Okay, injured Djokovic arrives on court in full body cast, wins in straight sets. Got it? All right, here we go. The Serbian tennis star suffered an abdominal injury during his third-round match against America's Taylor Fritz, and after eventually winning in 5 sets, claimed he had suffered a severe muscular tear and would likely not be able to play his 4th-round tie against Milos Raonic. But the valiant Serb, let's go, come on! But the valiant Serb, a champion 8 times in Melbourne, somehow managed to overcome the tear, which typically takes weeks to heal, and just 2 days beating Milos Raonic in 4 sets. Let's go! After his miraculous comeback from what was surely a season-threatening injury, the Joker again cast doubts on whether or not he would be able to play his next match, this time against world number 7, Alexander Zverev, the puppy hater, the pansy, the weak boy, the wife beater. A determined Djokovic glided into Rod Laver Arena on a wheelchair. Okay, hold on. A determined Djokovic glided into Rod Laver Arena on a wheelchair, racket in hand, and a smile on his face. Well, at least we presume he was smiling, as he was also covered head to toe in a plaster cast. Why he needed to cover his entire body for an abdominal strain is everyone's guess, but he's always had a flair for the dramatic. It didn't seem to hinder his performance, however, as he hit 54 winners to Zverev's 134 unforced errors, including 67 double faults.
Joke, guys. It's a joke.
And rolled into the semifinals for the 9th time in his glittering career. It's a joke.
It's a joke, guys.
It's a joke. Let's go. I'm really glad Djokovic is here. That was a joke. It was just a...
It's fake.
It was satirical.
It's fake.
It was not real.
It's fake. It's fake. So don't take it hard. Fake.
Okay. Why am I bringing this up again? Here's my...
I don't remember that. I got to go back, and I'm going to listen to all the US Open videos, because I don't think I made a bet with you.
Remember what this says? Can they see that in your picture?
Yeah.
Okay. The reason why I bring this up is here's today's giveaway. Okay? Let me make sure this is... Look, I have to keep checking it because the phone will cut off. Here is today's giveaway. Carla seems to have now forgotten that last year, at the end of the U.S. Open, I had talked at length about Brady, how good she was, that she went through college at UCLA, that she met Osaka years ago in a small tournament and beat her, and the last 2 matches were close. I think I remember telling Carla that if Brady made a major final, that we would have a bet and she would have to do whatever I wanted her to do.
Nah,
Brady,
I'm going to look that up.
Hold on, Carla.
Yeah.
Hold on, Triple L. You know? All right? I think I remember telling Carla that Brady would make it to a major final, and I think I remember doing that live in front of all of you. And I remember telling Carla that if Brady made a final, she would do a bet of whatever I told her on this show.
No, I'm looking that up.
If you look, I don't care what you look up because you're biased. Mm-hmm. If any of you can go out there to last year,
you remember it, Gene?
Tell you, Gene. If anyone can go out there from last year and find
this,
this bet.
I said that, but we didn't make a bet. I said Brady would never make a final. I did say that.
I'm not worried.
I said Sabalenka would never win a Grand Slam. But I didn't make a bet with you.
Look, I remember it. She says I don't. She has selective memory at this point. If anyone can find that quote, whether I'm true or not, whether I'm right or wrong, I'll send you $20 US. Look, there's a lot of videos from the U.S. Open time frame last year. With 5 kids, I just didn't have the time to go find it.
This guy says another L for Carla. Obviously, he has no clue what
Dude,
L's. You have no clue what the L's mean.
I haven't lost a bet in quite a while.
What?
Who?
What?
Two have I lost. My Sabalenka one's still pending. I've been right on all my selections this year. Everyone.
No, you will be wrong because you said before Osaka won another slam, and she did win the U.S. Open. So you lost that one.
That's the one bet I lost early last year.
Then he went over and under. I mean, then you said Potapova was going to beat Serena.
No, I told you
Oh,
that's
okay.
bullshit. That's bull because I told you Potapova would win more than 6 games, and she did.
I remember Justin saying, you said Brady making a final. He said Brady would never make a final. No, I know
you are.
I know
now you're really messed up.
Wrong Brady.
If anyone can
find... I said that she would never make a final. I don't remember making a bet.
If anybody can find the proof or not, that I'll send you $20. And Gene Swart, believe me, thank you so much for what you're doing. Love you like a brother, I swear. But you're working a lot for us, and please have your mom, dad, whoever.
If Sissy possibly
contact me.
Seem like a genius.
So I can get you paid. You should never work for free. I know you enjoy it, but you should still be compensated. Please
find a video where I say it's a bet.
Yeah, please find a way I can send you something today and let your mom know it's cool. You're working. Anyway, if you find that $20 to whoever finds it, count it. All right. Mm-hmm. Don't forget that, Carla. Mm-hmm. All right, ready for the next match?
Yeah.
You're upset, aren't you?
I know no one's gonna find that.
She hasn't made a bet right this whole entire year.
Yeah.
Who? Barty, you lost.
I said Serena would win. I said
she lost.
Who? Barty lost.
You said Serena would win.
I said Barty would not make the second week. If that draw wasn't that easy, she would have lost the first week. She lost.
Oh no. All right, Jennifer Brady against Muhova.
Long match.
Let's go.
Great match.
Incredible match.
They were hit toe to toe. I think Muhova had a chance. That third set had so many break points. 5 break points.
At 5-4 in the third set.
5 break points, and she just couldn't do it. I think Brady felt the nerves. I mean, they were pretty even, I thought.
At the same time, those break points you were talking about, there was also about the same number of match points. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Brady, by the way, is going to be facing Osaka. Okay. Muhova, by the way, is a really good player. We talked about Muhova. It's not a shock that Muhova is where she is now. She deserves to be there. I think she needs to clean up the unforced errors a little bit and not start so slow. She's really a slow starter.
She is, yeah.
Slow starting when you can get away with starting slow in the earlier rounds, right? Mm-hmm. Osaka can get away with starting slow because she's so brutal, right? When she gets heated up. But Muhova is no Osaka, so she can't really afford to start slow. Anyway, Brady and Osaka will face one another. And I don't want to not talk about how electric that match was between Brady and Muhova. It was really good. But Brady and Osaka will play next. The head-to-head between those two, by the way, Osaka is up 2-1 head-to-head over Brady. Mm-hmm. And Brady beat Osaka one time, and I think that was maybe 2000
Volvo Open
Charleston. It was Charleston, South Carolina.
Yeah, but they just played
the
U.S. Open,
and I think that was a tight match too.
3 sets, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that the 3 matches they've played, you can look this up to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the one match, there was one match in 2014, by the way, when Osaka was like 15 or 16 years old, mm-hmm. leaving Brady, 17 or 18 years old. At that point in time, this is pretty cool. At that point in time, it's obvious that Osaka went pro. And it's obvious that Brady went into college because you can't...
Great decision for her.
Great decision. So you have 2 players that took 2 completely debatable roles about what's the best thing to do. One player went to college, played at UCLA. Great job for Brady. One player went pro. She's got 3 majors. What do you think is the best path to take?
Go to college.
I think college too. Even if you have $50 million in the bank or however much Osaka has, $100 million, I find the education level to be more important. Yeah. I find that if you look at any sport and you find the kids that have not been through college, they don't really speak very well. They don't think very clearly. They give interview responses like, "Was that really a question?"
It takes time for them. It takes time. They get better as it goes.
You're so much more immature intellectually without college. Now I get it's a sport, and if you're an athlete, your sport is your job. So why do I need it? When you're winning majors and being interviewed on the global stage, it's nice to sound a little bit more put together instead of so kind of lackluster, and that's kind of hurt Osaka. But I don't think her 3 majors will, upset her at all, right?
No.
So great pass by both. If you had a child out there or you had a student, what would you rather do? Would you rather have your student or child go to college and still get very good competition. Don't forget in D1 college, you got people like Cam Norrie, Kevin Anderson, who else? Tennis Sandgren, even though I'm not a fan at all. John Isner. A lot of people go through college and come out and play at the highest level, and they come out a lot more intellectual. What do you think? What do you prefer, college or not? That's really all I have on that match, right?
I mean, they were both about even, I thought, in my opinion. I mean, I think Brady had the better serve, the better forehand. It seemed to me like Muhova was missing her backhand on the important points.
Yeah.
She was lifting on that backhand a lot.
Yeah.
I felt like Brady would be a better opponent against Osaka than Muhova.
Yeah.
You know? So I think Brady will challenge her just like she did at the U.S. Open. Brady needs to serve. Osaka and Brady both have a great serve.
Yeah.
Don't take anything away from Brady. This girl has a serve. If you watch her elevate, as she reaches up for the ball,
she goes after.
She goes after it. Beautiful form, and her forehand is great. She can hit the ball, and I think we're going to see a lot of hard hitting. I don't think that we'll see such a quick match like we did with Serena. We'll see. I think it'll be a longer match.
Brady, if she is to have a chance against Osaka, she has to go for it. She just has to. She can't afford to get into long points with Osaka because Osaka's going to get that first short ball that she coughs up, and she's just going to let her eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Brady and Osaka have met 3 times. Osaka's up 2-1. All the matches have been close. I do think that Brady matches up better against Osaka than Muhova or Mukova. I've heard 2 different pronunciations there. I have a great feeling that this was the better result of that semifinal because I think Brady gives Osaka the better match.
Mm-hmm.
Big serve, big hitter, whatever. The only problem is Brady is not as consistent, as hitting as big as Osaka is.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a clinical final. I think it might be another 4-4 match, though, another tight one.
Well, last time it was 3 sets.
Right. But again, right here, right now, I'm gonna give.
Oh, I give it to Osaka.
I'm gonna give it to Osaka
because I watched her
6-4, 6-3.
I watched her interview and she said, I lost the first set. Yeah, I was nervous, but I told myself that's okay. Just play point by point. And she said even when I got broken, she said, I probably won't be able to break Serena's serve, but that's okay. So she's obviously done a lot of work with someone for her mental, being mentally tough. I think she'll win. I'll be shocked if Brady beats her. But if Brady beats her, I'll be happy.
Look, again, I have my Soccer USA or football, whatever you like to say it. I got my Air Force Academy hat for my son here. I'm all in on USA. Again, don't forget where you come from. Don't be an Australian here. I forget that. However, I'm so very happy that there is a U.S. tennis player in the final. We all know that the U.S. men suck. Where are you at? U.S. men are really, 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 really quite bad. I think the two worst countries in all of tennis are Great Britain right now, I think, and then the U.S. at the very bottom. There's too many, and per capita, there's too many tennis players here that are guys that never go anywhere. We won't talk about it again. We've talked about it 100 times. They're mostly silver spoon-fed softies, and we won't get into that again. But go Brady. However, about 2 years ago when Osaka had to decide whether she was going to fly the Japanese flag or the U.S. flag, it could be, if it wasn't just for a flip of a coin, it could be we'd have 2 Americans.
But she was born in Japan, so I understand definitely why she did it.
And I agree with her on that. We share her consensus. We're very glad Osaka took the flag where she came from. Hence, don't forget where you come from. Yeah. But it could have been, if she would have gone the other way, a double American flag in the final.
Yep.
All right.
Let's talk about Djokovic because it was such an exciting match.
Come on. Let's go. No, in all sense of this topic, it is all positive. Again, we like having fun with some of the stuff we see out there, but right here was an absolutely flawless Djokovic. He handled Karatsev very quickly, very clinically. There was a point in time where he rolled off, and I forget, I didn't even write it, but he rolled off something like, 9 points in a row or something with no unforced errors.
He was too much.
Yeah,
we all knew he was going to be too much. I like your comment, Nemanja. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. He says, I don't think, in Osaka's case, it's a lack of education. I think most of the younger generations are socially awkward a little bit because they spend more time on their phones and not socializing enough.
Can we give this person?
Ding, ding, ding,
can we give that person comment of the day?
Yeah.
Can we say that name again?
Nemanja. Ooh, I can't pronounce your last name. I'm sorry.
Great comment so far. Comment of the day, at least what Carla has read.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot agree with you more. Yesterday, by the way, and I won't get into our own house and our children, but I don't give any of our kids devices. None of them.
Well, you took one away. Thank you for your lovely joke, lovely comment. Another Djokovic fan. What do people? I mean, these Djokovic fans. If his guy loses, he's like, oh. If he wins, they feel like they won.
It's okay.
When it's really he won, not
Look,
you. You're not getting the slams.
We have to applaud Djokovic. We have to applaud his countrymen and fans. Why? Because they're patriots. Look,
they're patriots, but some of them are just on the other side of the world.
Yes, I think there is a way that you can be a polite human being and be a patriot. And
I don't think they know how to.
There's ways that you can blaspheme people and do it another way, but for the majority of people that I know now from Serbia, most of them are just very, very, very much so behind their player. And they don't particularly care what anyone else thinks. And I think you have to applaud that.
I applaud that. There's a lot of great ones there. I agree with you, Team Girls. Some Novak fans don't have a sense of humor. They don't. And B-Dog said Patriots. Ha ha
ha. Well, look, B-Dog is Air Force, so I know he's a Patriot. I know he's a Patriot. And I think people
on it's pronounced Nemanja. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Gregors. Thank you.
Yeah, and look, the younger generations, the whole patriotism thing, they've read so much fake news to persuade them out of, they want them to look at it as a global thing. And anyway, I'm not going to get into it, but it's really important to understand where you come from. B-Dog out there has fought for his country, retired Air Force, teaches football, and has sons at very high levels in the sport of football. He's no joke. B-Dog is a straight up dude that is not taking nothing from nobody. And I understand that. So he gets it, I know.
Yeah, I'm not, if you say a comment, I mean, say it. I mean, I respect. You're a Djokovic fan, you're a Nadal fan, whatever fan you are.
Yeah.
But don't try to, come on. Sometimes it just gets so old. I mean, it really does.
All right, Djokovic versus Karatsev. Here was my really quick flow sheet on this one. Djokovic was flawless, okay? He played a flawless match.
Flawless match. He knew what he had to do.
He was clinical.
Yeah.
He did what he had to do in every single set.
Mm-hmm.
He hit the door running and never slowed down and closed the door and left. Great run for Karatsev.
Yes.
This type of run for Karatsev will more than likely never happen again.
Right.
You're 27 years old. You fought for years coming through qualies, and now you made a semifinal of a major. Got dismissed relatively easy by Djokovic, and rightfully so. Does anyone think that Karatsev makes another run like this? Does Karatsev have a chance? I think he made the run because no one really was too familiar with his game. And someone like Djokovic, it doesn't really matter if he's seen your game or not because he's that much better than everybody else.
He's just another quality type of player. He's the best, right?
Yeah, he's the best.
It was going to be tough for Karatsev. Great for this man at 27 to keep pushing for his dream. Now he could keep pursuing his dream with the money that he's going to make.
Yeah.
He's not going to be rich, but he can pursue. He can get into those tournaments that perhaps he didn't get into before. Doesn't have to qualify for certain tournaments. So that's opened the door for him.
Yeah.
And now we know who he is, and we'll always talk about him. Great run.
Exactly.
Even if he never makes another semifinal.
Surely he'll get more invitations to different tournaments. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming, I don't know what his ranking is after this, but surely there's a large jump. I'm assuming he'll have an invite to the Australian Open, Indian Wells, Miami, Doha.
What else you never know. You never Dubai. Know what he can do. Never say never.
Maybe something like the Estoril Open in Portugal. I don't know, Rome, Italy. I don't know if he's a clay guy, but nonetheless, that's in his neck of the woods. So surely we'll see more from him. Looking towards tonight's match between Tsitsipas and Medvedev. Okay, Tsitsipas and Medvedev head to head. Medvedev is up 5-1. Okay, do you think Medvedev goes up 6-1 on Tsitsipas tonight?
No.
You think Tsitsipas wins?
No, of course, yeah.
I just
I feel like the better matchup would probably be Medvedev and Djokovic. Would probably give him a tougher time to win this slam. But I'm going to go for the Greek. I'm going with my heart on this one. And in my mind, I'm also saying Tsitsipas.
I think Medvedev wins. Okay, I think he wins over Tsitsipas. However, I would like Tsitsipas to win. If you all know me by now, I don't particularly care for two hands on a racket for a man. Mm-hmm. And even women too. Again, even our own children hit with one. And even the smallest of small of the girls do. So I'm rooting for the one-handed backhand, not necessarily for Tsitsipas. Okay, I'm not rooting against Medvedev because I dislike Medvedev. I like him a lot.
Michael says I like the Greek looks. It's not that he's a little boy to me. I just like his game. I like his passion. You know, it's exciting to watch him. I like Shapovalov too, but I find him a little mature. Whereas I find Tsitsipas has a lot more weapons. He thinks. I like the fact that when he's rallying and he sees an opportunity, he comes into the net. He's not just stuck back there. Yeah, that's what I like about him. He's a fighter. He's not scared. You know, like Zverev. He yells. He kind of I feel like if he did win, he's going to give it back to Djokovic. He's not going to stay quiet.
Yeah. I also feel that when I see kind of slow motion cuts, at least on camera, from Tsitsipas, I'm reminded of when I was a boy and I would watch Borg play. Sometimes when I get those slow motion takes of watching Tsitsipas, his face fading away before the match cuts out, I remember Borg. Anyway, a lot of you probably never watched Borg, but long story short, I was a big fan, and I get that kind of Borgish type aura.
That's what I get too. That's what I like about him.
Yeah, I feel like I'm watching Borg.
Kind of reminds me of my son too with the hair. So
yeah,
another reason to root for him. And I don't like Medvedev's game at all. I think, like most of you guys said, it's an ugly game. It's really ugly to watch him play.
Who, Medvedev? Mm-hmm. All right, head to head, Medvedev is up 5-1 on Tsitsipas. Djokovic, if Medvedev wins, Djokovic is up head to head 4-3.
They hate each other? I didn't know that.
Who does?
Okay, they hate each other.
Tsitsipas and Medvedev?
Yeah, this guy said, do you remember when they told each other to, I'm not going to say the bad words, but to basically shut. Do you remember that quote? I didn't know they hated each other.
Something's kind of popping up in my head in a sense.
I don't remember
some type of on-court thing.
Okay.
If Tsitsipas wins, Djokovic head-to-head is up 4-2. So Djokovic has a lead, playing both of them, 4-3 Medvedev, 4-3 Tsitsipas. My question is what is the final everyone wants to see? What final do you want to see? Would you rather see Djokovic Medvedev, or would you rather see Djokovic Tsitsipas? What would you rather see?
You know what I want to see.
Tsitsipas?
Yeah.
What would you rather see?
I know a lot of you guys are saying Medvedev. I think Wayne Chia said Medvedev because he gives a better chance. He gives a harder time to Djokovic. I think a lot of people want to see Medvedev because he will give a harder battle to Djokovic.
I don't know if I agree with that or disagree with that after this tournament. I would have been on board with that statement prior to the tournament, but what Tsitsipas did versus Nadal, having the focus and the determination and the fight to win against Nadal, being down 2 sets. I forgot if I gave Wildlife One a shout out. Yesterday I said that Tsitsipas had come back from 2-0 twice at the Australian Open to win in 5. And I said,
he wasn't.
Nadal
Somebody
and
said
Federer.
1 set down.
Yeah,
I think it was Michael Walker.
No, Wildlife corrected
Walker.
it. Wildlife corrected me on that. Tsitsipas came back against Federer down 1 set, not 2.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, in my opinion, no matter what match you want to see, the only thing, in my opinion, that Djokovic has to do to win his 9th Australian Open, or is it 8th? I forget. I always forget.
It will be 9th.
The only thing Djokovic has to do to win his 9th Australian Open is to just be Djokovic. Just play like Djokovic. Mm-hmm. Do your normal thing. Just be Djokovic, and he'll win. Mm-hmm. Okay. If Djokovic were to lose to either one of these guys, in my opinion, he would have to have a really bad day at the office. Right? Kind of like what Chris Everett said last night. If Serena
if he doesn't play well, he's
lose.
Gonna lose. But if he plays well, he's going to win.
All right, let's take some comments. The only thing, again, we have 2 more days as it looks at the extended forecast of winter here.
Someone asked me for lessons today in the afternoon.
Oh, let's roll. Anyway, the extended weather forecast here is today and tomorrow are like the end of our winter, and we're going to be back on court Saturday. So again, I mentioned this the other day. Our show on Saturday after the finals. Maybe unannounced and later at night. So be prepared for that. The one tomorrow will be on time.
Yeah. Team Girl said if Tsitsipas plays like he did in the last 2 sets versus Rafa, he can beat anyone. Nemanja says, I think Tsitsipas says something ugly to Medvedev on the net. I'm not sure which year. I think it was the first meeting.
Told you. All right, take some comments.
I should have made, we talked about Sabalenka and Osaka, but you didn't do anything.
Okay.
You didn't do anything. You lost that bet. So should I go like this too? Remember, guys? I didn't do that to you.
But I know I remember that. Okay, let's take comments. The only thing I have left to do is the winners are going to be announced for the prizes for the fantasy teams. So if you are playing that, I'm going to tell you if you won or not now because it's set. We don't need the finals to determine the winner.
All right.
So make sure
William
you pay
Spencer
attention.
says Novak looked pretty lost against Medvedev in the last ATP finals. He couldn't hit past him and didn't have the belief to outlast him. Again, it's not a slam. Didn't he? When was the ATP finals? After the U.S. Open? After the French?
At the latter part of last year, yeah.
And
we've talked
it
about
don't count.
We've talked about
this guy says
before.
no way Djokovic goes into the final with 100% confidence if Medvedev makes it there. William Chia said he does not need a really bad day to lose.
I agree too.
All right.
I agree.
Yvonne says Novak has never served better in his life. Thank you, B-Dog. He says lunch on me.
A clinical serving performance last night.
Michael Walker says youth will win.
Okay, I like the statement again, but it's Djokovic. I have a hard time believing Medvedev or Tsitsipas will be able to beat him. I just really have a hard time believing.
Yingao said he won't beat Novak at the Australian Open.
I agree with Dean.
I think I saw a comment here. I was trying to find it about Djokovic and Tsitsipas would be a better style. I'm trying to find it because these comments go so fast. If Tsitsipas, no, I think that is too fast. Okay, Yvonne said Medvedev has a better chance of winning, so I will pick up Tsitsipas to play against Djokovic.
I like that final.
Oh, because you don't want Djokovic to lose?
It doesn't matter either way. I would like to see a one-handed backhand in there, but it doesn't matter. I don't think it really matters which one he gets. Either opponent that he gets is going to fight like they've never fought before. But it's just going to be tough.
Wayne Chase said we had a hard time believing Djokovic would lose to Wawa at the French Open and US too.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah. Michael Walker says Serena was undefeated at Australian Open semifinals until today.
Good knowledge drop. Didn't know that.
Yeah. William Chia said matches during the day. Djokovic has not played a day match for some time. So in the heat, you're saying. Okay.
What time is the final scheduled for?
For us, it's like 2:30 in the morning.
So it's going to be a nighttime match there. It'll probably start at around 5.
He's saying it's a day match, the finals.
Well,
no, I mean Medvedev and Tsitsipas are at 2:30.
Okay, so I think Melbourne from our time is like 16 hours ahead. So if it was 2:30 at
late afternoon, the match.
Yeah, it would be late afternoon.
Yeah,
and then it'd probably go into the night hours. And the fans are back.
Wow, this guy says Crush says best final would have been Sever versus Tsitsipas, but we have to wait a little longer for that.
Youch. Interesting comment. I don't think I've ever heard the excitement of it.
I disagree with Justin. Michael Walker. I disagree with Justin. Medvedev best can beat Novak. He's won 20 straight matches.
Okay, how many has Djokovic won?
22, right?
How many has Djokovic won in a row, though?
22? No.
They're both on win streaks.
Yeah.
I know that. But I think both Serena and Osaka and Djokovic and Medvedev and a lot of other players have been on win streaks since the end of the last year.
True.
A lot of those matches have been just struggling to find a place to play.
Ellis Fire says Medvedev was not very good first part of the last year, and he was on fire. It seems like he gets on a roll, then it stops. Duchamp 26, is that his winning match for Djokovic?
26? 26 match win streak?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, again.
No, it says here Djokovic on an 8-match streak win.
8 match?
Yeah, Carter said Novak can play aggressive, but his passive play with counterpunch is simple, more rewarding with the generation. Hope it will change. William Spencer said, yeah, that's one of the issues I have. The top guys get a lot of evening match, while if you're not in the very top seeds, you're playing in 30-odd degrees heat nearly every round.
Interesting.
Yeah, Osaka's in the 19-match winning streak. All right, let's name the, because we got little guy there alone.
Yeah, and we can continue to take comments. These are your winners for the fantasy team. If you have one, either put a message in comments. If you've won this before, you already know the drill. But in comments on this video, or you can do it on the fantasy team video, put your personal email, space out your phone number. If you are already up with this on Facebook Messenger or Instagram chat or our 5K Tennis on Facebook.
Wow, this guy emailed me.
Who?
Just because he was getting blocked from the comments, he emails me.
That's okay.
To get his message through, I appreciate that.
Can you read his comment then? That's pretty good.
He says, "3 Tazim Rahman."
That's good. I think.
Carla, don't be butthurt butthurt that your man choked away 2 sets to love, Lee, so you should appreciate the Djokovic. Then he says, the WTA tour is a joke. And then he says, the only thing which is ugly is clay dough being a clay court bully. Now he's being Nick Kyrgios because Nadal's done nothing to him.
Hey, way to get through, bro. I love that. Determination.
Determination.
He's got fight. I love that.
Stuff like this cracks me up.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
Intelligence, bro. What did Wawrinka do after he would win points? He would always do this. Isn't that Wawrinka?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. There you go. All right, here are your winners. Make sure if you've won to contact us. I get you don't want to put your personal information so the world can see. But you can definitely get with us on Instagram chat, Instagram 5K Tennis, Instagram 5K Tennis, Facebook, Justin space Carla with the C space Davis, our last name on Facebook. Email, as you know, you can get through.
And the winners are.
All right. And fourth place, so not a winner. Remember the top 2 finishers, in this case, the top 3, because 2 people in second place tied. So there's going to be 3 winners. I'm sending out 3 prizes. Got it? We make sure that the phone's still scrolling there. All right. In fourth place, okay, Dusan Dramakanine finished in fourth place. Dusan finished with 70 points. He still has 3 players left. He still has Djokovic, Osaka, and Brady. However, he can't catch the leaders because the leaders have those players. So he can't win, but finished in fourth place. Great job, and thank you for the help doing the numbers with me. In third place, and this is a correction from yesterday, in third place is Millennium 13 Constantine. Millennium 13. She finished with, or she's still going, but currently, again, everyone has the same people. So there's no way if you're behind, you're going to come back. She has 71 points as of now, and still has 5 people left to play. Djokovic, Medvedev, Tsitsipas, Osaka, and Brady. She can't catch everyone. It's been a great run for her, but she maxed out all of her 1-point players. So she had a lot of people seated in the top 20. So a lot of these other people, even though they lost them a little earlier, were stacking on points, like the Bradys and the Karetsevs and the blah, blah, blah. Anyway, she finished, as of now, with 71 points, but cannot catch those in front of her. Tied for second place, and these people both won the same thing, okay? Jose P. and curling tennis. Okay?
Jose P. was on there, so I don't know if curling tennis is on.
Yeah, Jose P. and curling tennis have won. They both, as of right now, have 77 points. Jose P. has Djokovic, Osaka, Brady left, and curling tennis has Djokovic, Osaka, Brady left. So they have the same points.
First place or second place?
Second place.
Second
But
place.
it doesn't matter.
But
You're winning the same thing.
Yeah.
But for bragging rights, it's nice to go into the French Open saying I won 5K Tennis's fantasy team competition, so you could put it down the books, because we've never had one player win 2 majors in the same year. It's always a different person. I keep history of it. But Jose P. and curling tennis are a winner. So let me know your information, and I will get you whether you want the strings, the equivalent amount in cash, or strings, cash, whatever.
Jose P, email me. I'll put the email here.
And he's won before, right?
Yeah, he's got.
We've sent Jose things before.
Yeah, we sent him like some strings. So let me know what you want. What is the option?
Let us know. All right. And your first.
What are the options? Strings?
Well, for look, if let me tell you who the winner is first.
Okay.
This Australian Open shirt is an option, but I said on the last show I only have one of them, and it still has the tags on it from the Australian Open. It's a men's size large. I'm 6'1", and it fits a little big on me, so it's a big large. So understand that. It's a men's large. If you want that, I said it would go to the person who went first place, since I don't have, I only have one of them.
Okay.
But if I don't hear from Looney Vids, and surely I will, because we hear from him quite often, then you can have it. But the first place winner is Looney Vids. Okay, Looney Vids was behind curling tennis and Jose P for a while in this tournament. He caught up and passed. Looney Vids has 80 points. 80. That's big time. And he still has 4 people left. He has Djokovic, Medvedev, Tsitsipas, and Brady. So he's going to get another couple of points either way. I know the other ones have Djokovic, but so does he. So he is uncatchable. So I'm giving out 3 prizes. First place to Looney Vids. Tied for second, Jose P and curling tennis. All 3 of you have won. And if Looney Vids for some reason doesn't want the shirt and one of you do, I'll send it to you. But those are your winners.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations. A heck of a competition. It went right down to the final.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes some of these guys and gals that play this, they're,
What's the cash prize?
I'll do up to $25 in
25
cash.
Jose P.
So if, Jose P, if you want the cash, let me know if you have a PayPal account, Venmo, Cash App, whatever, and I'll send it to you now. Like, we can do it on the show, like right now, right this second. If you want me to do that, I'll do it now.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing for curling, tennis, and loony vids. If you want the cash, we'll do it now while we're sitting here. If you have one of those apps, if not,
I don't see them on. I just see Jose P.
All right, guys, that is it. The fantasy team competition is over. There are your winners. The tennis racket giveaway, remember, nobody won it, but for the French Open, doubling the cash, $200 to the winner for that competition.
Oh, we forgot one comment.
What did we forget?
We forgot about the Australian Open losing money.
Oh, yeah, bring that up real quick.
The Australian Open said they will be losing more than $100 million to run the Australian Open. They will have to go through their cash reserves of $80 million and take out another loan for $40 to $60 million, and hopefully have a great Australian Open in the future. So they've lost money to have this.
You know, there's certain businesses,
and then you wrote, why does a company take?
Yeah, I already know.
You already know.
There's certain reasons why huge corporations can continue to run even though they're taking huge losses. Look at the U.S. When we had the 2008 recession. Look at the bailouts that happens over the years. Sometimes there's organizations that unfortunately are considered too big to fail. Look at the automotive industry in the 2008. You know, Ford had to take bailouts, Ford Motor Company. GMC or Chevrolet had to take bailouts. So many companies had to take bailouts. In other words, if any of these huge things stop running, it looks so bad on the global stage. It hurts the economies terribly. So, you know, they say they're too big to fail. You can't let, well, you can, but it's really a bad look. But Australian Open, can you imagine if Australian Open were to just totally shut their doors and close up and say, we can't do this anymore because we're broke? No, they're going to get bailouts and they're going to take losses and they're going to keep going because it's too big to fail. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's understandable. Wimbledon was smart and took out insurance, and I think Wimbledon got something like 500 million last year, 130 million. I know that's a big difference, but Wimbledon had insurance for years to reimburse the trustees if the tournament didn't happen. So Wimbledon kind of had a bailout, right? Mm-hmm. They won't have that again this year. I've never known an insurance company to take the same policy after a huge type deal, right? Mm-hmm. So Wimbledon will happen this year. How much money they lose, I don't know, but it won't be as much as the Australian has lost, right?
Right.
Anyway, thanks so much, everyone. We will see you tomorrow at 11. And then on Saturday, after the men's or women's final, however that works, and on Sunday, our lesson schedule is packed, and we have the sun coming back out here, and it's supposed to be in the 60s. So Saturday, Sunday shows will be kind of iffy on the time.
Well, there should only be 2 more shows.
Yeah. Well, right. I guess we'll figure it out.
Okay.
All right, everyone, take care, subscribe, like, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Adios.
See ya.